How are we, boys? Welcome back to Worldwide Reds. It's been a couple of weeks since we've done one of these, so there's been a lot happening. World Cup semi-finals happening. I've got an announcement. Congratulations to Jordan and Dimmy on having baby Harper over the weekend.
Yeah.
I've been busting to tell you, boys. I've been busting to get it out there. Jordan managed to get his UFC in over the weekend, in between his wife having a baby. So it was very exciting news over. I think it was Sunday it happened. So she went through 30 hours of labor, his bride. So
bless her.
Credit to Dimmy. She's well tougher than Jordan, let me tell you. So they're amazing people, women. I tell you what, when you see your wife having a baby and everything like that, you certainly have a new feeling for them, that's for sure. It's crazy. Anyway, congratulations to Dimmy, Jordan, and welcome Harper to Worldwide Reds. How are we, boys? We're doing good? She would be the youngest member, yes. How are we, Yanni, Elliot, Alex? We doing good on a Monday night?
Good, mate.
Yeah. I'm a bit sad that the World Cup's about to end, let me tell you. I've been enjoying it. You know, I've probably watched 50% of the games.
That's good, man. We're going to get back into United and see how things go along with United. At the moment, things are very friggin' slow. That's for sure. So
it's only 3 weeks between, isn't it? The World Cup ending and the season starting.
Well, I mean, preseason starts this weekend, so I mean that's a good start.
Yeah,
got Bruno back at least.
Was Bruno back? He wasn't back at training though, was he?
No, I'm second the piss. I don't know, but everyone's
yeah.
Like, oh,
shit.
All United players are performing well. I'm like, mate, get them back for preseason. I don't care if they make the World Cup. If Argentina can lose, that'd be even fantastic. I need Martinez back. So yeah, the sooner we can get all our players back, the better.
Well, you know, Argentina or England, we have a player in each. So
yeah, I'm back in England just because I feel Argentina have had a pretty good run. That's why. I think England. I want to see England get over the line. To be fair, I'm sick of hearing the 1966 and everything like that. Honestly, I want to see England do it. I really do. I just feel for them. Honestly, there's so much pressure on them. I just want to see him get it over the line. I'm sick of seeing Lionel Messi get every friggin' decision in the sun on the weekend. It just showed. It's a joke. Absolute piss take. The amount of decisions that guy gets for no reason at all. It's crazy. Anyway, have you enjoyed it?
Oh, loved it.
Yeah. World Cup.
Yeah,
mate. It's been. I think I was building myself up to maybe be a little bit disappointed because I guess there's a bit of controversy building up and stuff, but it's just blown expectations for me.
It helps that it's at the right time for us.
Yeah. I think you're right, Yanni, because I think for so long, I think the Qatar games were like it, just such an ungodly hour all the time. My body, like this morning, I was like lying in bed at 5:10 wide awake because my body clock's like been used to getting up for like the 5 or the 6 a.m. game. And I'm like lying in bed. I'm like, oh, this is a bit sad.
Yeah. You're like, what do I do with myself now?
Yeah.
The thing is,
it was good on the weekend, wasn't it? It was good on the weekend how you had the 5 o'clock game. And then I didn't even realize, it was a 7 o'clock game and then 11 o'clock. I didn't even realize that we had the 11 o'clock game. I actually got to a point where I went, oh, I wonder if there's another game on. I actually thought the Argentina game might have been the next day. And then I went, oh, fuck, it's on the next day. It's on at 11 o'clock. How good's that?
And the thing as well, like, it's funny because the last World Cup, I mean, again, there was the controversy leading into it where you just kind of thought, oh, I don't know about this. But then you kind of just like, the games were so good. And, you know, the last World Cup had some of the best games you can imagine. Same with this one, all the controversy and sus stuff. And there's still been stuff during, but I mean, credit to the players, credit to the teams. At the end of the day, you can kind of put that to the side because they've all just been putting on an amazing show. You know, anyone that watched those couple of Argentina games, that England-Mexico game, oh my goodness.
Yeah.
Like, you can just ignore it all. I mean, I could probably do it at the hydration breaks, but aside from that, we've had some amazing moments, amazing games, and like look at the Golden Boot race, man. They're about to get like 13 goals. Like the way
that's the thing. Every big player, except for Portuguese players, rocked up for this tournament. Like every big player. So it's been really good for that. And in regards to like controversy before the World Cup, I will say it's been like that since the Brazilian World Cup. Because I don't know if you remember, there was controversy about the Brazilian World Cup even a year beforehand because of the way that they were building the stadiums, and there were like riots a year beforehand when they had the other games prior. And then obviously that there was a lot of controversy with Russia having it as well and all that kind of stuff. So it has pretty much every 4 years there's controversy. So it's nice to see it still be a lot of fun.
Yeah, for me,
there's a bit of narrative around next hosts as well because it's across 3 countries.
Yeah, because it's corrupt.
6.
Six countries. What they did is
6.
Yeah, what they did is by making it what they did, which is giving Uruguay, Argentina, and is it Chile? I don't remember, but
Morocco.
whoever the 3 are. No, in South America. So because they gave 3 games in South America, and then the rest is in Europe and Africa. And by doing that, what they do is it means that the World Cup after can't go to South America, it can't go to Africa, and it can't go to Europe because they've just hosted in 2030. So that's why it can go to Saudi Arabia in 2034.
Right.
Yeah.
So this one, it's the first leg is Morocco. First leg is Paraguay, Argentina, Uruguay, and then it flips over for the bulk of it in Spain, Portugal, and Morocco. Which I guess it's cool for the centenary for the World Cup, but interesting. And I know Saudis were going to do like a joint bid for 2030. I think with Spain and Morocco or something like that. And they're like, oh no, we'll just do it ourselves in 2034. Take all the money and I don't know. It's I guess the direction of the sport, isn't it?
I think FIFA's proven to us this World Cup that corruption is live and well in the federation.
Yeah, mate.
Let me. I've got everyone on TikTok. So everyone on TikTok, I've got text messages coming through everywhere here, and we're all over it. So we've got Tillemans has are in advanced talk from Aston Villa. All parties in contact as Manchester United try to finalise a 29-year-old midfielder keen on a move. Éderson deal off. And it's big news. I've got in here, people are telling me Man United paid the $44 million release clause for him, which I don't know if that's confirmed, but mate, people are going nuts on it. I just had Dino text me it and Dan, and, mate, everyone's onto this. So, mate, this is a huge signing. Yanni, you're across this. So you were saying we were looking at him before. So lead the way here.
Yeah, I just don't get it. I love Tillemans, right? And I'm more than happy to have him come in, and I think he's actually going to be like somebody who is experienced, is a leader, and all that kind of stuff. So he will be really good in our midfield. But I just don't get it when we could have got him for free 3 years ago and we didn't do it, and then he went to Villa, and 3 years ago he was just as good a player as he is now. So I just don't understand why we didn't pull the trigger then. I'm happy we are now, and it kind of now it obviously we're desperate, so we needed to do it, but it makes sense in regards to bringing him, he's got a lot of experience and all that kind of stuff. Then we have Santos, so he's young, he's learning, and then we'll probably bring in someone from outside of the league. So 2 Premier League proven players, 1 from outside of it. So in regards to that, it makes sense. But I wish we just got him 3 years ago. At
29 years old, though. 29 years old. This is totally against Ineos, what they were saying. Totally against it. They said they're not bringing anyone in over the age of 26 or 27. And now they're going for a 29-year-old that's probably got, 3 years in him.
Well, I will say, so 44 mil or whatever it is, not too much compared to like other prices you're being quoted for midfielders nowadays. So it's not as big of a risk when it comes to that. And the other thing is, players nowadays, and you see it all the time, they play until 34, 35 at a really good quality as well, especially if you're a midfielder and you don't need to, he wouldn't be the one doing all the running and all that kind of stuff. Like he'd move a bit further back. So, yeah, I think age-wise, it's probably okay, but it will complement the other 2 players we'll bring in.
Thoughts on it, Alex?
I don't mind it. I mean, yeah, I think the price is reasonable, and I think relative to like other players that are around there, other players that have been quoted, it's good for the proven aspect. And I think as well positionally, it's not just that he's a midfielder, which we've spoken to death about the fact that we need a midfielder. I think it's also the fact that he's a controlling midfielder. He can kind of dictate the play. He can make passes. He can break the lines. He's good on the ball. All those sorts of things, which we've lacked. We haven't really had a midfielder that can just control and dictate the tempo. It's often either going to be someone that's going to run hard, or someone that's going to destroy, or just play ping passes. Which obviously he can do all that, but more importantly, he can just slow the game down and control. So that's why I don't hate it. And look, I'm with Yoni in terms of like, I wanted him a few years ago when Leicester got relegated the first time. But again, that was also under the Glazers. There's a billion and one things that the Glazers should have done that we wish they did. So it's hard to really run an autopsy on that. But I'm not going to get angry at it because, we need a midfielder. It's not the worst price. He's come off a good season, had a good World Cup too. And yeah, I'd rather get it done now than get to mid-late August, we start shitting our pants and then paying 80, 90 mil on these random ass midfielders. Like if right now we've got Santos and Tielemans secured, that's fine. Obviously a couple more will be great, but yeah, again, like I said, I'm not too upset at the moment. It's like I said, not like an A+ signing, but I can rate it like a B. I think it's good enough for what we need at the moment.
Elliot?
Yeah, I think it's an encouraging signing. I think he's had a reasonably good World Cup with Belgium. He's looked pretty sure there. I think the type of role that he plays for Belgium is probably going to be a similar role to what he would play for us if we do get the deal done. I think, outside of the personnel that we've signed so far in midfield, I think what we do need to look at as United fans is the price tag of what we're paying for players is quite encouraging. We're not being bullied by Newcastle, who wanted 90 mil plus for Tonali, no chance. 85 mil for a player who's just gone down to the championship with West Ham in Fernandes, no chance. No chance of bringing Tonali in and adding a big bill to our wage structure. We're keeping our fundamentals right in the transfer market, and I think that's encouraging. I also think that because of probably saving some cash on big signings, I'm not against, and I think that it could be a possibility that we might actually bring two more in. I know Yoni reckons one more potentially from outside of the EPL, but I do think that we could maybe bring in two more midfielders before the transfer window ends. We've got to think about the longevity of the season and the amount of games that we're going to play in comparison to the season we've just come out of. The other thing I think to think about too is what are we doing to strengthen other positions, in the team, because their midfield is not the only place that we need more depth. I think there's other parts of the squad that need strengthening too.
Yeah. All right. Let me get to a couple of these comments. I've got Dan in the chat. Welcome, Dan. Good man down in Melbourne that Alex and I caught up with. This is mint, 35 million, no noise in the media. Let's keep the faith with the recruitment team. They've earned the patience. I've got another one here from on TikTok here. Tielemans is very good in the 10, but if you ask any Villa fan, they worry about him in the 8 role. What concerns me is, though,
injuries.
We're injuries, and we're still looking for that 6 to replace Casemiro, right? Mm-hmm. And then today let me get this off here. And then I've actually done a reel today on Mason Mount. Looks like Carrick's going to go ahead and maybe train Mason Mount into that 6 role. Look, I don't know. How do I put this? I wouldn't mind seeing him there if we had another player at like 2 6s. And Carrick could, and he's got a whole preseason to play that role and learn it very well. We've still got an injury issue with him as well, and it is a position where you need to put your body on the line at times. You do need to make those 1% tackles at time. You need to be willing to. I don't think fitness when he's fit. I don't think that's an issue. He does do 1%ers very well, and he does chase a lot. But I don't know. Has he got the talent to play that 6 role?
I think Mount's too fragile to play in a role like that, like as a starter. I think if Carrick is looking at playing him in a deeper role like that, I just think it's just to cover depth in the team. Mount's not a player that I can see in the starting 11, maybe playing a bit of the Champions League Football and Cup next season. But even when he came back from injury last year, he wasn't. Last season, he wasn't. He didn't go straight back in the team. He's not like a regular starter for us. And even moving into a season where he's had a full preseason, I still don't think he starts in my 11 at all. So I think it's just Carrick maybe just covering all bases and giving himself a bit more depth and some more option.
Yeah, I thought it was very strange when it was released today. But yeah, I've got the confidence. I don't know. It's a funny feeling for me around Mason Mount. I don't know why, because whenever he has been fit, you can't say he hasn't played well. He's got those few goals for us and everything like that. I think it's more to the fact that he's never been there and had a consistent run. He's always been injured.
Jim as well. There's a couple of games. I think we did the watch-alongs. Was it against Sunderland? We tried to play him and Mainu, and in that I think he was in that 6 role, and he was getting ran through. Like, it was nuts. Like,
I did mention this before to Yoni.
Yeah, I just don't think he can do it. But again, I don't mind Mason Mount as the second option to Bruno in the 10, because that's what Mason Mount is. And we love Bruno. We adore Bruno. I don't know if Bruno's going to be able to play 70 games, or not 70, maybe not 70, but 50 plus. He can, but again, like, do we want to burn Bruno out? Like, Mason Mount should be capable to deputise for Bruno in these moments where it's against weaker opposition, and you think, okay, you know what, Bruno, have a day off, because all right, Bruno plays every game, every minute, but it gets to a point where he's going to be 32. You don't want to just run into the ground. So that's what Mason Mount's job should be. Like, Tielemans should be, I guess, bringing Tielemans and Santos by the looks of things. That should be covering where Mainu plays, where Casemiro played, those positions in behind what Bruno and Mason Mount will be. It shouldn't, we shouldn't just be trying to shoot.
It's a dodgy decision for mine. Look, I don't want to judge him on it, but for me, I'm just not confident with it at all. When you usually see decisions like this, it's to save money somewhere, and this is where I have a problem with Ineos, man. If I swear to you, man, I'll go on a rant if he is our 6th for the season. I swear to you, Ineos has done us big if that is the case. I understand we're trying to save money and everything like that, but don't go and try and create a player who doesn't even play that position. It's just ridiculous. It's just stupid. Yeah. We've seen it all before in the past 2 years where we've had players playing out of position and it just never works. You can talk, we can sit here and go, Carrick will teach him in preseason. But if you haven't been playing that position your whole career, you're never going to understand it. And you can't get, as much as Carrick was a world beater and everything like that in that position, you can't put it onto another player. It just doesn't work. It never does. And so for me, I don't want to see it. But as far as you could probably drop Tielemans in there, but I don't know. But you're talking about, Alex, about Bruno playing so many games. I think Tielemans and Bruno Fernandes may interchange that. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But I'm sure Tielemans is looking to play a lot of time as well. So
is he a 10 though?
But he's like maybe an 8 or a 6. One thing as well, like, I guess I guess with Belgium, he was playing, well, and Villa too. He was playing with Onana and then also at times Kamara for Villa. So he obviously wants athletic runners around him, big, especially big blokes like Kamara
really
and Onana. But we're gonna have with Santos, I suppose, and that's where I suppose that combo can work. But again, I guess maybe I'll just go back to the point. It's gonna be like a lot of games on offer. It's not like we'd like to think that we're not just going to play. I think what did we play last season? 40 games, one cup game in each comp and the league. You'd like to think we're going to play 50 plus, have a decent run in the Champions League, decent cup runs. There's going to be games on offer, even if we don't have the deepest runs of all time. Like you look at, I know Arsenal, they played a lot of games last season, but they played like 70 games. You look at Declan Rice now and he's shocked to bits. He can't run for England right now, which is like his thing. So, the idea is, okay, you can just have enough players to cover for this. Last thing we want is players to be burnt out towards the end, getting injured, because you just never know. And, I'd rather us, literally before these two signings, we had no midfielder. Now we have.
I think last season as well, like Tielemans, his minutes were managed quite a bit, wouldn't he? I think he played a lot more in their Europa campaign. We didn't see him too frequently in the Premier League campaign for Villa. So, and I guess he has also come off the back of playing 90 minutes pretty much for Belgium up until they got knocked out of the quarters. So, he's not going to be he's not going to be 100% himself. So I guess we've got to consider that. I do think there's more to come though. I've heard some positive talk. Read some positive talk around Roma's camp for Manu Kone. There seems to be, reasonable positive reactions from them, and I think he'd cost maybe around 52 million euro. I've liked what I've seen from him in the World Cup. The other one, which I think is probably a little bit more of a pricier signing and something for the future, is Alex Scott at Bournemouth. I think he's got 2 years left on his contract at Bournemouth, and he does have an option to extend, but at the moment he's not. I guess that's not something that he's looking to do just yet. So potentially bringing him in might be one for the future. Might be, I guess, more of that marquee signing. I do think he played really good back in the last season. I think he was unlucky not to get in the England team. He might be one that we could see as well. But, I do, and I'll keep saying it until the season starts. We also need to look at the other positions and what we can strengthen in those areas as well, because I think my concern is left wing and probably even a left back as well. I'd like to be having a bit of a look in that area too and see what we can bring in there.
I think in that left back position, I think in that left back position, we're going to see maybe Leon get a bit of time there this season. I watched him a fair bit in the 21s, and for mine, he was very good. I mentioned it to us a few times on the podcast how good he's going and everything like that. A lot of people aren't real confident with him because he still is 18 years old. But I think if he shows, he did do preseason with us last year too, didn't he? I'm pretty sure.
Yeah,
and he looked okay. And he actually started for United, I think, for a couple of games, or he came off the bench. So, to be honest with you, I think I'm confident with him probably coming in. There is talk of a lot of our young players coming through, which I don't want to see too many, don't get me wrong. But I want to see, like you just said then, Elliot, I want to see some of those positions where you got a Luke Shaw. You could have a Diego Leon learning off Luke Shaw. I did see Luke Shaw at a lot of the youth games last year as well, especially like semi-cup games and stuff like that, which was good to see. So maybe there's something going on there in the background where Luke Shaw's taken a bit of a lead role, and he might be showing Diego Leon how to play that role a lot better and things like that. To be fair, like our 21s were pretty good last year, and same with our 18s. So I I don't mind the youth, as you know. So I would like to see Diego Leon come in at that left side. We've still got Dorgu as well. He's going to play that wing position, I think, and where Rashford apparently talks of him are going to step up when he comes back from the World Cup. So I think when you're talking about those 4 or 5 players on that left side, it might be covered. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I think the fullback area in general is probably something that I'm not too comfy with. And we know Delo's got a few howlers in him here and there. We know. Bring
it lightly.
I guess Mazraoui's had a really good World Cup at left back for Morocco as well. His versatility, I think, as a player will be quite useful this year. But I do think, as a whole, I'd like to see that fullback position strengthened a bit to give us a bit more attacking flair from a defensive point of view. Really like the look of Munoz at Colombia from Palace. There's some other players that I think would be quite useful for us there. Rashford, I think it's a very interesting topic, that one, and I'm sure there'll be a pod about that later on before the season starts, when there's probably a little bit more information published after the World Cup campaign. We'll have to. I guess time will tell with him. He's definitely not going back to Barcelona after the Gordon signing, and it looks like they're about to announce Adeyemi's going to Barca from Dortmund as well. So I don't think he's got any hope of getting back into that team.
Really weird.
But, there's other sources that, Rashford could go to someone like Spurs or something like that as well, which is a bit...
Oh, mate, I swear to you, Elliot, if he goes to Spurs, I could burn my 1 of 5 artwork. I swear to you.
Look,
oh, my God.
I think Spurs have been very... I think they've been very aggressive and very different with their transfer policy this year. Big fees for players, big wages for players. Previously under Daniel Levy, that was not the I guess that was not their concept from a transfer perspective. So it wouldn't surprise me if he did, because he'd probably get, I guess, the dollars in the bank that he likes. Because I think, from our perspective, coming back to us and playing a season with us, he's going to be on that big wage packet again, because we have qualified for that Champions League football. So interesting to see what happens there.
And
what
as
well,
on with us and Spurs, Spurs are very desperate because they only got relegated twice. So they're in like a lot more of a desperate position than we would ever be.
They're probably I agree with us as well, I'd say. Because they haven't really been paying big for players and their wages and stuff like that, which we have. I think the one, left back I can see, but I do like the Diego Leon shout and this and that. And in my opinion, if we're going to get a fullback, I would want it to be somebody who's going to be the starter fullback as well. Like, not just someone who will strengthen us, but someone who will actually start. But what I would do as well, I think we need a striker badly. We can't just rely on Sesko. Like, it's one player, and I know we've put Cunha there as well, but it's just not enough. Like, we need, because it means if Sesko gets injured, our only option will be Cunha. So it's the only way we're going to be playing is with him as a false 9, So we actually need a striker. And if Xerxes goes, and Xerxes isn't it anyway, we need someone good. And I would prefer someone who's 28, 29, 30, personally, so they don't halt Sesko's progression. And same thing with if we ever do see Chido become in, or if we want to bring JJ, although JJ will be on the wing.
Chido Obi's gone out on loan now, hasn't he?
Yeah, but what I'm saying is long term. I don't want the person.
Long term, yeah.
Yeah. So if someone comes in and is 23, and we have a 23-year-old, a 22-year-old, and then Chido's 19, he has no hope of ever making it.
Yeah.
So that's why.
Ideally, you want Sesko to be you don't want. You want Sesko to compete, but compete with someone older than him who's gonna teach him.
Can we get
not getting his weight?
Just give me Cavani at 30 years old again. Oh, God, it'd be nice.
Yeah, it's I think the striker is an interesting conversation.
Harry Kane, maybe Harry Kane.
He's going to sign another contract with Bayern after the World Cup.
Yeah, he's been on retirement tour for 3 years. I think he's loving it. So.
No, he wants the Premier League goal record. Trust me.
But I think the striker one's an interesting because that market is very bare. I think, like on who you bring in, you haven't really seen a decent number 9 in the World Cup. If you have a bit of a look around at teams and stuff and where they're at, it's not really that type of profile of player.
Only Haaland.
Only Haaland, really. It's like I could throw some names out there, but I don't think there'd be any magnitude to it. But I do like the link up play from Mbolo. I know his dive was
not his diving,
but I do like that link up style play, and he's quite a big physique of a guy. But
who I would have brought in, who I think would complement Sesko quite well if we want to have a similar kind of play style and this and that. Patrick Schick. No, Patrick Schick.
I've got a guy on TikTok, Tony Langton. He's saying Tony Langton 95. Welcome to the chat. He says Tony would be that player. Is he talking about Ivan Tony?
Yeah,
Ivan Tony.
Ivan Tony. Yeah.
And he's got the right age profile. He's got the Premier League experience.
Yeah.
Well, he's 30, but I don't know if we're going to prime him out of Saudi Arabia.
Nah, not with the cash he's on.
Yeah.
Unless they're kicking out or something, but no, I don't think we're going to pry him out.
But no, again, someone like a Patrick Schick I'd be happy with. If only we could get Osimhen, but that's different kind of.
Dusan Vlahovic is on the free transfer, isn't he? Is he on the free transfer?
He might be.
I honestly don't think Vlahovic is as good as Schick is. Definitely not as
he's
consistent.
not, but I guess if Vlahovic could just be like,
and he's 26.
On a free is not too bad. And I suppose like if he's happy to just back up Sesko essentially, or be thrown on late in games if we need a goal, we need someone like another big bloke that can head the ball. It's not the worst shout because it's not like if he has a bit of humility and doesn't expect to be the main man, again, it's not the worst idea.
Yeah. I've just got Tony. He's got his wages would be an issue.
Yeah, I think the wages would be an issue with Vlahovic as well because he wasn't like 130 in Juventus, and you'd assume he'd want 150. And are we going to bring a backup striker on 150?
Yeah, I got 18 by.
I suppose.
He says, "Are you happy with the Santos signing?" Let's move into that. I've got something here from Rio Ferdinand. He quoted this over the past 24 hours. He said, when you look at Kobe Mainu and Andrey Santos, you see two outstanding young midfielders. I don't believe Santos was signed to replace Casemiro because I see him more as a central midfielder than a defensive midfielder. That was by Rio Ferdinand. I don't think anyone's come out and said he's going to be the sixth anyway. Have they?
No one said it.
I don't recall anyone saying it.
No one said it, but
he's a ball-winning midfielder. He is a ball-winning midfielder.
Definitely. The highlights I've seen.
And all-action kind of guy can crash the box, can crash the middle and make challenges. Kind of just all like an energizer.
I think out of the under 22s or something in the Premier League last season, he won the most duels.
He did
out of any midfielder or something like that. So
he did.
Man, when I went searching for his highlights and everything like that, it was outstanding. Like he always put. Sorry,
I said couldn't find any, but it was just a joke.
Yeah, it was outstanding. Like the block. I know they always show what he done well, everything like that. But for mine, what I was looking for was putting the body on the line, just getting that 1% ball whenever somebody came inside or there was a loose touch. Was he the player to get it straight away? And he was. He was that player for him. And when you talk to Chelsea, I spoke to a couple of Chelsea mates, and they were filthy that he was gone because they reckon he was just about their player of the year last year. So, you know what? It's good business again, man.
Bunch of messages saying as well, like, for Chelsea, they played 27 games last year, but for Strasbourg the year before, 32 games, 10 goals. So he's even a bit of a goal getter too, which is handy to have. So again, not a bad player to have. But how much did we sign? Was it 50 million that we signed him for?
Yeah,
50 million.
That's pretty good It's pretty good from a rival. He's only just turned 22. Big boy, fits what we need. Like 50 mil again. That's like, pretty good. And I suppose the old adage of prem proven. Again, that's like decent business. We're not not like what Ali was saying earlier. We're not forking out 100 or 90 million on these relegated blokes like Spurs are.
Yeah, I've got another couple of comments here. Tillerman's from Harvey Freda. Tillerman's unreal bit of business from Ulight. He must be not a United supporter. Wonder if we revisit the Matea situation. Is it Matea?
Who?
Mateta situation.
Oh, Mateta.
Mateta, sorry. Mateta situation.
That's a good
sorry. Mateta situation,
Yeah, he's only 28.
I need my glasses for TikTok.
That's not bad.
Mateta will want to come and play every game.
Yeah.
But Mateta would be happy to move.
But is that a bad thing, Elliot?
No, not necessarily.
That's what I mean. So
I don't hate
especially in that role.
But I know we've, Yoni mentioned, Sesko, someone to learn off. Is that?
Oh, it would definitely learn from Mateta. Mateta's a gun.
Mateta's in his 3 seasons in the Premier League, he's got double-digit goals.
Yeah, and he's really good at being a target man as well, which is something that I think anyone who plays the way that Sesko plays and have your height, you should really be better and better with it.
And he's 29, just turned 29. I literally just Googled his age, but he just turned 29. I would know as well because the French are celebrating his birthday, but kind of fits what Yoni was saying in terms of like he can kind of start and not start and then not get in Sesko's way or Obi's way. Because in 2-3 years' time, when Sesko's 25,
we can give him Champions League football, which is kind of all he wants because he wanted to leave last season because he wanted to like move to a bigger team. So
I think everyone wants to leave Palace. So it's not the worst. Not the worst
in
the world.
And Palace will let players go because they want the income that large. You look at the sum that Gahey went for with just 6 months left of his contract. You look at the Zaha sign-in back in the day and Elise sign-in. They'll let players go to bring in that income. I think if you go back to, I just want to go back to the Santos sign-in for a moment because it caught me a bit off guard because I didn't actually see him play too much at Chelsea last year. Not that I watched many Chelsea games, but I don't watch too much of the TalkSport guys, but a few of their reels come up every now and again. And I think is it Rory's like the Chelsea fan on TalkSport.
The Chelsea nuffy, yeah.
And he was absolutely fuming that Chelsea let him go. Absolutely, and I trust he's quite an.
He's very good. He's very good across
knowledgeable. And if he's fuming that Santos has come to us, then there must then there's credibility to that, I believe. So, is he a like for Casemiro? Maybe not, but he's got that ball winning mentality that Casemiro had. So maybe he is.
I don't think we'll ever find a like to Casemiro. He's a one-on-one.
Thank you, Yoni. I was about to say that. We had a big discussion about this on one of our lives on TikTok, and and we were talking about the like for like.
Yeah.
And let's not go there, Elliot. Seriously.
My on Santos, my mate DM'd me. It was a video of like someone. It was a video, a reel of someone, like obviously analysing the signing and saying it's a good signing. But my mate, big Chelsea fan, he said to me, "You blokes have brought a good player. I'm upset we've gotten rid of him. Didn't have the hypest season last year because the reasons mentioned in the video, which is just Chelsea being Chelsea. But before that, 11 goals, 4 assists from central mid in the French league, was the French league Young Player of the Year. And he also said about Chelsea, these blokes don't know how to run a football club. Man, it's hurting me. So it's almost like he's speaking not just in terms of, oh, wow, you know, I've got a good player, but also like, oh, my God, how could we let this guy go? And, like, I think if you're reacting like that, where you display frustration that you've let a good young player go, that's a pretty like telltale sign that, okay, maybe we've got something here.
Yeah, they're a ticking time bomb, Chelsea. The rate that they turn over players is crazy. This Santos guy's only been there for a year. You know, Casemiro, Garnacho's only been there for a year, and they're already looking at where what new club they can find him. And
I can read Yanni's lips right now.
No. All I was going to say was that
he's shit. He deserves it
for like 3 seasons or something, because like they loaned him out to Strasbourg and all that kind of stuff.
Well, it's the ownership. It's their weird.
Yeah. So he's been a Chelsea.
I can't believe that they will not sell him for under 50 million. Mate, he's not the rate Garnacho is. He's lucky if he's worth 10 million. Seriously, when they came out and said we will not part ways with Garnacho under 50 million, so you'd rather just him sitting on the bench because he's not going to get played. It's just fucking ridiculous. Mate, he's better off coming to the A-League for $1 million.
42 million pound, I think they're trying to get for him.
Yeah. I think I saw a link to Roma. Just quickly as well, I just looked it up earlier because we were talking about Mateta.
Yeah,
he's got a 1 year left on his contract, so could be worth a punt now to get him on like a cheap, because I'm sure Palace will want to just take what they can get at the moment, because they're obviously trying to recoup funds.
Yeah,
and
so they know he's leaving, because if it wasn't for Glasner last season,
didn't he bag a couple against us? It was on a roll where he scored like three.
He's won more
than
everyone the last 2 seasons.
Oh
than
my
anyone
God, he was so good, wasn't he?
And like, I guess relatively speaking, he's not. I mean, I'm going to sound like a nonce here, but he's on £3 million a year, which, like, I mean, obviously for the average person it's a lot, but for a Prem striker, it's not crazy. So it's not like, I suppose, like Vlahovic is on like way more than that from Juve, whereas Mateta is obviously on like 10 times less than that almost. So again, it's not like we're going to be paying exorbitant wages for him. Should we get him? So
let's get him.
Yeah, it's not the worst thing. And like, I think definitely in terms of areas, obviously midfield is the biggest area. Backup striker too. I was also thinking as well like centre back, but then I think about it, we actually have like a lot of centre backs. It's just a degree of like uncertainty and availability with them. Because I definitely wouldn't mind maybe one centre back, but I suppose I will forego the centre back position should we get fullbacks, because I think fullbacks, particularly left back, I think are the biggest area that we need to fix in defence. And then obviously a backup striker like
I think Luke Shaw is. I think Luke Shaw's a future centre back. Really, that's where he's going to be.
I don't know if I can do another year of Luke Shaw. He should be gone, Elliot.
I don't think I can do another year of Luke Shaw.
Future centre back, he should be gone.
I can't do Luke Shaw.
We've got Yanni as well. Yanni. We've got Euro and Aiden Heaven. We've got to bring them on quick.
That's where he should be playing, right? His legs are gone. He can't play left.
Not in a back four though.
He should do it slow there, Elliot. Yeah.
But I will say as well that I think
we don't need wingers. That's not checking. I don't think we need wingers as much.
Yeah. I think yesterday I read that De Ligt is training by himself at the moment as well. So like he's actually like running around and doing all that kind of stuff again, which is nice.
Very good, very good. I've got Tony Langton. He's still in here. Thank you, Tony. If you want to, we're on YouTube as well and everything like that. So if you want to sign up to YouTube, and we're over here. Santos is more of a Carrick-esque type breaks play up and passes forward. Mate, I would love to see that. So that's very good. I'm looking. It could be one of their first jerseys with Santos. I know Dean will probably get Santos because he loves a Brazilian. So, yeah. What do you think about the other signing here, Carl Darrow? What a great player to have on the bench. Carl Darrow,
the goalkeeper,
you mean Darlow?
The goalkeeper,
right?
Darlow.
Yeah, I mean, better than
Darlow,
better than Bayindir.
Look how small my writing is. You can't even see it.
It's a better option than Bayindir for sure.
Oh,
For
mate,
sure,
go see us later. Let's.
I think he's due to go and get sold by India, but yeah, well, Darlow's the number one keeper for Wales as well. So
yeah, and he'd count as a homegrown talent as well. Yeah,
good. Yeah, I'm not going to complain.
Yeah, I never understood that. What is that? Can someone explain that to me? I
Well,
did read a little bit about it, but
you need a
certain amount of games in England, so that he becomes homegrown. Is that what it is? Yeah,
he was born in England actually. So
he was. Yeah.
I
think as well. It's like your youth. If you spend like enough time in your youth in England, you become homegrown. So I think Garnacho might have counted.
He did.
Yeah. I'm trying to remember my Football Manager saves, but there's certain like rules around like how much homegrown you have and who actually qualifies as homegrown. It's a bit weird, but yeah, like I said, I'm not going to mind Carl Darlow as a backup goalkeeper, better than Bayindir, and he'll be your Carabao, whatever it's bloody called these days. He'll be that goalkeeper. Fantastic.
I think he'll probably take on the Tom Heaton role too, because he should be gone soon. Like
how old
Tom,
is
he's like late 30s now. Tom,
35 Darlow.
No, yeah, 35. Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he may take on that role where that dressing room role and everything like that, and mate, he's still a good goalkeeper, that's for sure. So it's another smart bit of business. So look, I'm confident with the way things. I mean, now that the Tillemans things come, it just flips your head, doesn't it? You start thinking, you know what, we're starting to do some good business again, and maybe it's only Monday. By Friday, we may have another signing. So it hasn't been announced, obviously, by United, but that's just.
Did they? I think they said as well, Éderson. We might revisit Éderson later.
Yeah.
So that's also like not off the cards. I'm not sure if I guess the medicals are a bit problematic from what I understand, but I mean, again, I guess it's also like we're not like we're just parking him for the moment. We're not writing him off just yet. So that still could be a signing.
You know the other player, the other player I was thinking of with is that Elliot? Watching something?
Just
I was thinking of Harry
know.
Amass for Luke Shaw.
Just letting you know, Fabrizio Romano has announced Tillemans. Here we go. Release clause.
I don't even believe the bullshit he comes out with now.
When it comes to United,
after the Éderson one,
Ornstein more than I do.
It's been Ornstein. Like I think just about everyone's saying Tillemans.
£41 million, 41 million euros. Deal needs to happen so that Villa can get Manzambi across the line. Apparently.
Cool. Yeah, because they hijacked Manzambi from Newcastle.
Yeah, I've got United Road here. Very happy with the signing. Santos, Tillemans for the same price as Fernandez. If can't get Cone, I wouldn't mind Gomez from Wolves as well.
Yeah, he's been looked at.
Yeah.
He's too good for the championship. I do like Manu Kone actually. He's been good for France too. In the World Cup, he's come in as a starter, so he's been terrific.
I still think he'll cost more than what they're saying, like because they're saying it'll be like 40 mil, right? And there's no chance after that
million
World Cup
euros
it'll cost 40 mil.
Probably not, but I guess when you're signing from like Roma, it's
but after the World Cup that he just had, like he's pretty much displaced Germany. Like,
yeah, I know, literally. I don't know. Look, you're right to be skeptical, but I guess it's easy to sign off these teams like Roma. Whereas if he was playing for a big club,
it's not just that. It's also that a few teams are going to go for him. You know, it's not like we're going to be, oh, hey, let's get this secret player that we saw in the World Cup that nobody else would have seen. You know,
I guess it's who needs a midfielder. Like no other big club. Well, no other big club I think needs a midfielder besides us.
They've already bought theirs.
Just reading a couple other. I've got Tony in here again. He goes, I genuinely think with this we could still potentially get 2 more mids instead of 1. I've got Thomas here. It's not a bad deal long term. 2 centre mids under 100 mil. You're not getting Cone. TikTok going off today. It's great.
Very declarative.
But just back on that Harry Mass thing. So he's back from loan. So he's another one. So you got two young fellas there, Leon and Harry Mass in that left back position. So Elliot, it's probably a space we need to watch tight. That left back position.
I could still see one of those two lads going out on loan. Again, to be honest.
How old's Harry Mass now? Because I think
he's 18.
If he's only 18, it's okay. Yeah.
19. You might see a Mass maybe get a lower Premier League team loan deal. But then again, you might see Diego Leon go out on loan as well. I'm not sure. I don't want to see Dorgu playing at left back though. I think
I want him as a winger.
I like him in the wing.
I need some more card value on those two rookies. Yes.
But that's the other thing. That's probably why I need a left back. Not I need a left back, but we need a left back because, like I guess Dorgu was meant to be the left wing back. It turns out Dorgu's like good on the wing, both wings really. So like it kind of then, on the one hand, great, we got Dorgu as a wing option. On the other hand, okay, we still need another left-sided defender because again, it's literally just Luke Shaw or bust at this stage. Maybe Leon, but he's a kid, so.
It'll be an interesting few days, man. We're coming up to 50 minutes here. I think we've covered nearly everything and plus some. I think we might leave it at that. Boys, we've got the games on Wednesday, Thursday. I think the games are for the World Cup. Who are your predictions? Who's going to get through the final? For me, what have we got? France, Spain. For me, in this whole World Cup, France has been the most consistent side right through this whole World Cup. And Mbappe has impressed me like nothing else.
Yeah.
Seriously, he's impressed me. Usually I'm the first one to bag him, but he is dead set. This World Cup, he's just taken this World Cup upon himself. He's leading France to win this, and I think France are going to do Spain. If Yamal, I tell you what, if Yamal gets to a final and they win it, anyone with Yamal rookie cards is just going to go through the roof. He wins the league this year and a World Cup in 1 year. It's absolutely mental. But I think France will win that one. And I think I'm really hoping the inconsistency that Argentina has shown, and I mean England has shown that as well, but England have probably shown a bit more fight in games and haven't had the referee on their sides. I really hope England goes through. I think England will be too strong for Argentina. I really do. So that's my two. I think it's going to be a France-England grand final. Thoughts?
Yeah, I think France-England's probably likely as well. I do think the interesting thing about Argentina, if you watch the last two games, they were playing pretty shit because they played four in midfield and they were quite condensed.
Compact.
Yeah. And then once they've changed it and they've decided to be wider, they played much better in both games.
Yeah.
So it'd be interesting to see if, like, this time they do start wide, because I think they need to be wide against England, because otherwise Gordon and probably Saka, I guess, will play. Like, they'll just control the entire game and just bypass the midfield, you know?
Well, I don't look, I don't want to go deep into England's tactics or anything like that, or Tuchel and anything like that, but I just found it very, very strange, some of the subs in that England game on the weekend. And I felt sorry for Norway at one stage. They dictated the game like nothing else. They held the ball, I think, for a total of 6 minutes at one stage or something like that. They really retained the ball very well against England on the weekend. So anyway, Elliot, what do you think? Who's getting through?
Just call you out there. The difference between this England team and previous England team is the substitute choices are spot on, in my opinion.
Hey, Chance, how are they spot on?
I think
if you look at
into the midfield.
If you look at a Southgate team, he doesn't make any substitutes in a game until there's like 20 or 15 minutes to go. Tuchel's not afraid.
But it doesn't mean they're the right players going in there.
I think they have been. I'm actually on Elliot's side of things.
Defensive. They went defensive in that game against.
And did they win
Norway
because of it against Mexico? What about when he brought?
No, but I'm saying the last game. I'm not saying Mexico games.
Okay. And did they beat Norway by going defensive? Norway took out their main attacker as well. Norway was better in the first 25 minutes of the game, and then I'd say after pretty much the one thing that I think really worked for England this entire tournament has actually been hydration breaks and the halftime, because they actually have a manager who can analyze a game and change what he wants.
I think it's more to the fact I want to see Mainu get a run. I know that's more me too.
Me too,
mate. Me too.
Has he got a minute?
It's killing me.
Has he?
He hasn't had one. The real reason.
So you're probably right, Elliot.
Tournament. Jude Bellingham.
It's killing me.
You look at, and it's from the first game against Croatia right throughout. You look at that halftime substitutions, and then England come out and score. In the first moments of the second half. And that's when I knew Tuchel's the right choice as an England manager to take them up a level from what.
And I think there's another thing you can say about that is, so in my opinion, if Tuchel, let's say, made the quarterfinals or the 16 or whatever, people would have said, he's not good enough, blah, blah, blah. But I really feel like to the English media, to English pundits, and to people who are watching England, he's proved to himself in that game against Mexico and the game against Norway that he is, as Elliot was saying, the right man to push them forward. Like, even if they get out now to Argentina, no one's going to say, this was a failure for England because they didn't make it the final and they didn't win. People will say, wow, they actually did play really good. They did make the right decisions. They didn't have a manager who was scared.
Yeah.
So
I've got Thomas here. He's been out at the World Cup. We actually talk quite often. He said, I've been out here since the start, and stylistically, we have been much better than them. So
they've scored a lot of goals. England scored a lot of goals.
Bellingham's been unbelievable, hasn't he?
Yeah. I think what did they say? So England scored 13 goals, and 12 of them have come from Bellingham and Kane.
Yeah. Well, I was going to get goals for
England in the last three World Cups combined, England have scored the most goals out of any other country.
Harry Kane.
Yeah. What I will say is I'm going to call Argentina and England. England will go through. And I think France will go through. But I do think the France game could go to extra time. But I'm going to call it out here and say England beat France in the
Elliot's
final.
looking at his if you don't know, Alex.
Can I tell you?
Elliot above his computer's got a full setup of the World Cup there.
Elliot, I actually reckon
unreal.
France is going to destroy Spain. Love it. And you know why? Because Spain's going to want to play possession, but France will be more than happy for them to do, and then France will just counterattack.
I don't know what it is about Spain. Other people
that counterattack.
Other football fans with a bit more of a tactical mind and stuff like that think that Spain have been playing well. I just haven't seen it the whole tournament.
It's been very slow, man.
And maybe it's because I don't like their style of play.
These tacticos, tacticos that, like, when you look at France, and I guess this is why, even though my heart told me Portugal were going to win, which we know, my brain always knew France, because look at that team is so stacked. Like, you're telling me that their front four is Mbappe, Olise, Doué, and Dembele. They then sub on blokes like Bakola. Like, the defense as well is Saliba, Upamecano. Like, that's
Rabiot.
nuts.
Rabiot's been so good.
And Rabiot's always been misreliable. Didier Deschamps is like the ultimate leader in terms of, World Cup winning captain, World Cup winning manager. He's just got that nous about him. And I think as well, there's one thing maybe that I guess maybe hasn't been stated is between the four teams that are remaining, I think France are the only ones that haven't gone to extra time, and they've also played the most relatively straightforward. They haven't really put themselves in the position where have had their backs against the wall. They've, even if a team scores one, they score 3 or 4. The only time that had a quote unquote tough game was against Paraguay, and that wasn't tough insofar as as tactics. That was just because Paraguay were beating the shit out of them, getting away with it, and even then, France still just dog walked them essentially. And I saw I don't know if the stats up to date now, but I think France have had the least distance covered and the least amount of like sprints and exertions, which I think goes to show that they're not. I don't know if they've even like gone another gear. Like, sorry, as in like they haven't gone to the next gear.
So much better than every other team. Like
that's what I mean. Like they just sometimes, and I guess it's the beauty of international tournaments is that like good players win. You have the most good players, you're gonna win. So it's hard for me to just look past France. Although I will just say, even though I do think England will beat Argentina, I'm not going to write them off because Argentina just know how to win. They've been there, they've done it, and as long as they have that little midget wearing number 10, forget about it.
So this is the first time in history that the FIFA World Ranked teams 1, 2, 3, and 4 are in the semi-final.
Deservingly, that's all.
Yeah.
I will say the last thing about France and why I think they'll win it. So they have the Ballon d'Or winner, right? They have the Ballon d'Or winner, and he's actually looking like probably the third or fourth best attacking player that they have because Mbappe is just phenomenal right now. Like
he is, man.
Acknowledge Mbappe is the best.
I'm like Adam.
Mbappe is the best World Cup player
5 years or 8 years. I've said like Mbappe's fine, whatever. I don't really care. I've never seen it. This World Cup, having watched every game, it's not even how good he is technically. It's his mentality this tournament that I've been like, holy shit. Like
that's it. For me, it's his mentality.
Have I not always been a fan of him?
Alex, this isn't about you.
I'm going to finish on some comments on TikTok. I want to thank everyone for joining us, especially on TikTok. I've got a really solid group there on TikTok now. We're coming up to nearly 7,000 followers on TikTok. I've got a group of good guys on there now that we often have a chat and go live and everything like that. I'm going to finish off with they've been pumping the what do you call it, the comments through today, which is FIFA won't leave a chance if other teams is lacking something against Argentina. Rabiot for France is Rabiot for France France was like Maguire. For England, never a bad game. I've got senior man. The world can't wait for Messi to retire so we can have our football back. And he's written down here, I can't bet France will win because this competition is not about performance anymore. We'll end on that. Congratulations again to Jordan and Demi with young Harper. Congratulations again. And thank you, Yoni. Thank you, Alex, Elliot, and Yoni. I'll see you on the weekend. Elliot's making his debut in the cave. He's flying down. We're going to have a ball from Saturday, Sunday, and Monday. We're going to have a great time. We're going to go out to a couple of card shows. I think we're going to go to a vintage jersey set up as well. We'll see how that stacks up. And Elliot and I may go live Saturday night with Elliot's got a lot of things I sent to his father's place. So we're going to open the package and I'm going to see if I can remember what I bought. And Elliot's probably going to bring down some of his stuff as well. So we're going to look forward to that.
If England get to the final, we're going out in Sydney on Monday morning for
it. We certainly will. 100% we will. So, all right, boys. I'll talk to you later. See you later. Check yous.
Cheers.